right, Darcy, let's get out of here.
Ma, we have to pay our respects to the family. And listen, if you see Max, I don't want you making an...
6 kids.
Yeah, but she had to leave 2 behind. I think if they cross state lines, it's a parole violation.
Sophia, you mean you're moving for good?
Not for good. I'm just gonna help them raise the kids. I'll be back as soon as they graduate from high school. Let's see, they're 14 now. That should be about 10, 12 years.
Cry, too. Wow, you are sensitive.
And finally, our 4-time defending champion with $92,000. Attempting today to set an all-time Jeopardy earnings record, television associate producer, Rose Nyland.
Why did I ever let that happen?
Because he got you drunk.
Why am I even discussing this with you?
Beats the hell out of me.
Ma, if anything goes wrong, we stop.
Relax. There are some things you never forget. Driving a car is like making love. In both cases, a mirror makes objects appear larger than they really are.
Oh, Dorothy, I'm just so angry. Floyd McCallum just... Oh, darling, I'll be ready to go in just a minute. I had Hannah do my makeup while my pedicure was drying, so all I have to do is change my shoes. Wait a minute. What are you doing?
I think I'm dying. But then again, this 104 fever may be clouding my judgment. Skimpy outfits collecting phone numbers.
That's not true. I was not in a skimpy outfit, and I got all these.
Hello, my name is Yvonne. Have you been here before?
See, you go to a woman's gym, you get hit on by a woman.
I work here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply anything.
She just thought...
Do we have any orange juice left?
Perfect. Now look, that is her right there. She doesn't suspect a thing. Have you got your handcuffs?
Well, yes.
Okay, great. Now look, when I give you one of these, you go into your dance. You got it?
Listen, I think there's...
Oh my goodness, everybody.
Oh, that's too bad.
Tragic.
Terrible.
But there's hope.
What?
There's really nothing wrong with baby, physically.
He has a mental problem.
4 grown women decide to live with a pig, and he's the one with a mental problem?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a mental...
I vote no.
Well, I agree with Ma. I mean, why should we get involved in something that might be dangerous?
Dorothy, if it was going to be dangerous, they wouldn't let us get involved.
Blanche has a point. And besides, if anything happens, we've got the police right here with us.
Change. I thought, poor old Aunt Lynette having to go through this change thing. I had no idea what it was, but I knew one thing for certain. It was never going to happen to me. Now here I am. I'm Aunt Lynette.
No, you're not. You're Blanche. And all that's happening is a biological process, which means one thing and one...
Not that particular. He just got out of prison.
It was absolutely dreadful. I spent the rest of the evening going in and out of consciousness while a guy with a silver tooth and a scorpion tattoo on his arm tried to grope me through the Vicks vapor rub. Is that it makes no difference at all in her life. It is just a concept. It is not based on reality. That will cheer her up.
Nothing will cheer me up. It has rained on my parade.
Hello. Oh, Dr. Parks, come right in.
Who is that?
The vet.
Dr. Parks, I don't believe you've met Blanche.
Well, no, he has not, because I certainly would remember it if he had. Well, I want to thank...
What is it now?
Habit.
Give me that. Listen, Ma, I've made a decision. I think we're going to have to get a nurse to take care of you until you're well.
A nurse, why can't you take care of me?
Normally I would, but I have that education conference.
Here we go.
Oh, girls. We just went to Doug Kirkpatrick's wake. It was the greatest.
I can't remember when I had so much fun. Those Irishmen, they even laid out Doug's body in the living room.
Oh, that sounds morbid. I didn't have a problem with it till one of the relatives did it.
Why did we get off that lovely jetliner in Minneapolis and switch to this rickety old thing?
Because the jets are too big to land at St. Gustav.
St. Gustav? I thought we were flying to St. Olaf.
Well, St. Olaf doesn't have an airport. No, the only way you can get to St. Olaf is to fly to St. Gustav and then take land transportation to St. Olaf.
But just be sure and keep her in her cage.
Oh, maybe I can convince the Count to give us some live entertainment with dessert. Have you any requests?
How about Bye-Bye Birdie?
Girls, Count Bessie is missing.
Kessler had.
Is the man asleep during it?
I think so, Rose.
And what about the parts they put on? Do they test them first?
Just a little something?
Stop it, you know what I want to hear.
No, I don't.
You played it for her, you can play it for me.
But I don't think that I should...
If she can stand it, so can I. Now play.
Okay, you're the boss. It's a world of laughter.
Fine. You were saying?
I don't know what I'm saying. All I know is I've waited all my life to find someone like Stan. That's my fiancé.
I know.
You do?
I feel. I feel.
No, you don't. See, I've never been married before, except to my career.
That must make you feel proud.
Well, now that's what Sergeant Delfino said. Why, you must feel proud knowing that by having come forth as you have possibly saved other Ulsters from a similar ripoff. Call me an Ulster. I called him a pig.
No, thank you, Sophia.
How about some coffee?
Sorry, I didn't steal any, but I have plenty of matches.
I meant that we could make some.
Good idea. I'll put some on.
Dorothy, I have to tell you, not being able to spend any time alone with you is driving...
Weeks ago. I got the heart of a 12-year-old. Rose, whatever you want to do is fine with me. I just like being with you. Hey, I better pack my stuff.
Arnie?
Yeah.
If you're both going, I'm going too. I have just as much chance of winning as you do.
You have done some good work, Dorothy. But not enough people like you. Sorry.
Bob, what do you think? Do I have a chance of winning?
Absolutely. As long
Does Nyland live here?
I'm Rose Nyland.
Aren't you fellas a little overdressed?
Well, I told you we didn't have to wear a tie. Allow us to introduce ourselves. I'm Len, this is Sven, and this is Ben. We are the Toppelkoffer triplets.
How odd. You don't look anything alike. Cabs, one for Blanche and me, and one for you, because you're making me crazy with all your questions.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a little worried about traveling out of the country. You know, with all the problems in the Middle East.
Rose, we're going to an island in the Caribbean. Our biggest worry is getting strap marks.
Come on now. Be willing to try.
Oh, good. Now we can get some sleep.
Oh, I can't fall asleep now.
Still at the rodeo, Blanche?
I can't sleep either. Why don't I make us all some warm milk? After I drink milk, I go right to sleep.
I can think of something else after whichever really means it.
I did.
Well, you're a freak. Besides, it's bad luck if you don't get kissed at midnight. Why, my New Year's Eve kiss is the most important one of the whole year. It sets the tone for the next 365 days. 1 year, I didn't get able to walk in October.
So, where are you going?
Out with a friend from work. Is it the same friend you've been out with 5 times in the last 3 weeks?
Yes.
All right, spill it. Who is he?
His name is Dr. Jonathan.
Just when I was little, I didn't have to do anything. And I raised my daughter the same way. So that's why David is the way he is now. So it's all my fault.
Oh, now, Blanche, you can't blame yourself for David.
You're right. It's my mother's fault. I am going to give this list to David and see that he starts right away.
Guy comes to the door, he talks too fast, you get confused. You'd think they'd have more respect for senior citizens.
I lent him the car.
Oh, come on, Blanche. You have to admit, when you get to our age, there are people who can outwit us.
I gave him the car. I knew exactly.
Thank you. Except for that huge donkey butt.
Are you having fun?
No, give me my present.
I'm fine. You'll have to excuse her. Funeral homes make her a little nervous.
Golly, they used to make me nervous, too. You know, at a traditional funeral home, all they want to talk about is caskets, burials, dead people. Here at Forever Peaceful, we've gotten rid of all that morbid death stuff.
What are you running here, a sushi bar?
Come this way. Now, this is our,
I was hoping you'd be my date, Rose.
Oh, gee, I'm busy tonight, but maybe you could try me again next week. What's in the box, Rose? Oh, brochures for the Be a Pal program. I'm mailing them out.
Oh, how does that work?
Well, you just put them in an envelope and you stick a stamp on it.
Not that, you idiot.
Oh, the Be a Pal program.
So tell me, Sam, what's new?
So anyway, Lars froze solid right in the middle of the lake. And the town fathers mistook him for Max Brinker, the inventor of herring Krispies. Which, by the way, go great with borscht.
I just continued the tradition by myself.
That's so romantic, proposing over champagne. I never think of things like that. I'm gonna ruin this whole night, I know it.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me you're thinking of popping the question right here on St. Valentine's Day, just like George did.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't solving anything. I'm going to call the manager. Hello? Hello? Great. The phone's dead.
It makes no difference. You only get lies from that scum-sucking pig.
Look, would you mind going downstairs and telling the scum sucker we want to see him?
Okay.
Started learning a few things. I realized that the effort is worth it. Now, I still have a long way to go, but Becky and I are doing okay. Oh, I feel so silly. I came out here to talk some sense into you, and you didn't even need me. Oh, yes, I did, Rose. I needed you to see that you were right.
Gosh, I didn't realize how long Dorothy's solo is. I sure hope the doctor says she's gonna be all right.
You found an apartment?
Yeah, I went down to the Senior Citizen Center this morning for the early bird special. You know, decaf coffee, sodium-free bacon, and a chest x-ray. On the bulletin board, I saw some advertisements for roommates. So I picked out a few places, and I found one I liked.
But isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, my new roommate will be here.
Aye. Ready to go?
As soon as Rose lends me some gloves.
They're in the bottom drawer on the left, under my clarinet.
Be right back.
Don't.
No, not really.
Prove it. Put your money where your mouth is.
If there isn't already a sweet roll there.
Right, all right, but now nobody looked.
I always thought you had to pass 0 to hit that number. Blanche, Dorothy, oh, I'm so glad you made up. I knew you couldn't stay mad for long.
Oh, of course we couldn't.
Oh, it takes a big woman to forgive somebody calling her a slut.
Fight over? Oh, good.
There's more clubs and nightclubs, all within reach. Dance the samba till morning, then lie on the beach. Each view is a postcard, each day a great time. The cream of the crop, it's the top of the line. Miami, Miami.
Aren't you Tiffany Blaine? The lady on Grab That Dough who stands in front of stuff and does this.
Yes, After last night, he doesn't exist. Oh, excuse me, I didn't see you.
Morning, Rose. I guess you're still mad at me, too, huh? That's right. Oh, girls, look, believe me, nobody could be more upset about what happened last night than I am, but...
Opposite side of the street parking. Nobody could understand the concept. I mean, it doesn't matter which side of the street you park on, there's always an opposite side.
What an injustice. Hemingway ran out of stories to tell and shot himself.
How did you know?
A mother knows.
Do you think I should tell Rose and Blanche?
Jean is a nice person. She happens to like girls instead of guys. Some people like cats instead of dogs. Frankly, I'd rather live with a lesbian than a cat.
There is one thing I think you should both do right away. Inform the police. Oh, forget it! The reason these confidence men don't get caught is because people are embarrassed to come forward and admit they were conned.
I'm sorry, Rose, I just can't.
Well, perhaps this little story might make you change your mind.
You know, I'd get up there and tell a few jokes about the teachers, about the cafeteria food. Ma, do you remember, you call this tapioca?
Timeless.
The kids really liked me. I mean, they laughed. I felt great. Oh, that she's unhappy that she lost her job. Or that she's going to blow up our kitchen.
Sven, I have some bad news.
Is it bad news?
Yes, it's bad.
Were you two the cousins who played the banjo in Deliverance?
Rose, what's wrong?
Oh, that was the counseling center. I have to work today. Now who's going to show Sven the sights?
Hey, you pussycat. What's this news about Ken? He gave you a ring, didn't he?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Look, Ma, I don't know how to say this, so I'll just give it to you straight out. Ken is becoming a clown.
Scusi? I am. This is wonderful. Your sister found a man.
I don't believe this. All the years I was with him, he was a yutz. She goes to bed with him, and it's great?
That's right. It was wrong for you. He's perfect for her.
Ma, that's ridiculous.
Look, Gloria isn't the kind of woman that does well by herself. She's the kind of woman who needs a rich man to buy her things and be. What's going on?
Listen, Ma, I want you to be especially nice to Marguerite.
Please, Dorothy, I wasn't brought up in a cave. Actually, I was brought up in a cave.
Listen, Ma, I am serious. You are not to ask her to lift a finger, and if there's anything you need...
Blanche, would it be all right if I borrowed my beaded purse?
Yeah, sure. Dorothy, what are we going to do?
Well, we certainly can't let Rose go out with a guy who said yes to a date with a woman who just picked his name out of a phone book.
You say that like nobody ever does it.
Great. Pilgrims are going to be showing up to kiss Dorothy's luncheon meat.
Ma, I know it doesn't mean much to you, but I acted positively and things are improving in my life. I don't know, now I feel that I have the power to make anything happen.
Boy, is it beautiful out there today.
Thank you. Rose Blanche is that little floozy.
You mean She's at the 50, the 40, the 30.
Blanche, it's you! Oh, you're getting so good at that, Rose. Now, who's that over there?
The blankets are on the bed, and lights out's in just a few minutes. The beds are right through here.
Oh.
They pay for everything.
What a prize!
Let's go for it, Rose.
Wait a minute.
We're not just getting married because of the contest, are we?
Oh, no. Oh, sweetheart, no. I'm marrying you because I love you. I mean, the prize.
Need one of those places? I can't go to one of those places. I'd be too ashamed. I'd be too embarrassed.
What is there to be ashamed of? You have a medical problem. Was Betty Ford embarrassed? Was Liza Minnelli embarrassed?
She should have been. Did you see Arthur, too?
Rose?
Checks anymore. Well, I can't afford to live without that pension.
Well, honey, now let's not panic. I'm sure they can't just cut you off.
She's right. There has to be a good explanation. Honey, you'll call them tomorrow. Everything will be fine.
Well, what if it's not? What if I can't pay my own way? What if I can't afford food? What if I have to sleep outside in some park?
Oh, you think so? I probably lost one of my best friends because of you. To me, that's a very big deal.
I take it we're not playing golf.
We are not playing anything anymore.
Well, I'll call you in a few days when you've cooled down.
Don't bother. I really have nothing to say to you. Double hockey sticks.
Oh, what language. My ears are burning. Rose Nyland, you know what you are. You are an A1 first class all-around nerd. Oh, honey, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Oh.
The only reason I gave it to you is to hide that wart.
Oh, my God, it can't be. It is! Come, Bessie!
And Angela, that chicken that you cooked the other night, didn't you say you got...
Just for being too thin.
Come on, girls.
Okay, thanks for coming over.
Bye, honey.
Have a nice time. Keep it moving.
Hello, lady.
Hi, George.
Bye, George.
Hi, George.
Oh, Sophia.
Hi, George. Bye, George.
Hi, honey.
Bye.
Sweetheart. Whoa, what are you doing home?
Tella's gonna change my mind.
Not even the one we could tell your father about how his car got dented while you were doing wheelies and not while it was sitting in the parking lot?
You wouldn't do that, would you?
Hey, she's your grandmother. Has she ever lied to you?
With money? Dumping.
Blanche, this is serious, and it's getting worse. Like last Friday, I asked him to take me someplace special. You know what he did? He snuck us into an AA meeting. Theater of the...
Actually, we're divorced.
Oh, I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Love your shirt.
Nice.
Who are you?
Just ask the damn favor.
Dorothy, I need your help tonight for a charity.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I have a date.
You call that a date? Thyroid Freddy? His eyes bugged right out of his head. He looks like he's being choked.
Now, stop it. Freddie is a fine man. You know, when he was younger, he could have been an...
Feet on the ground.
I gotta hand it to you, Blanche. You handled it better than I thought you would.
Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I'm not thrilled, but as long as they're in love and happy and I don't have to call her Mommy, I can live with it.
Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly.
Much about both of you. I'm just so glad you finally got to Miami.
Well, when Mom told me she needed me to review the estate papers, I figured it was a perfect excuse to come for a visit.
It's just a will, Kirsten. I wouldn't call it estate papers.
While we're down here, I'm going to go to astronaut camp.
Astronaut camp? There's a camp for astronauts? Is it Number 1, lose 200 pounds. Done it. Number 2, never be burdened to children in old age. Moving on. 3, make amends with Guido Spirelli.
Yes, I think I'm doing the right thing. Please leave.
Means it in the biblical sense.
I will not listen to this. Coffee, Well, the bingo game's over already?
It wasn't a game. It was a travesty. They call 4 lousy numbers and boom, Gloria Rossi's the winner.
That's okay, I'll just let it ring.
I tell you, we're here because we have a very dear friend who is a patient here, and we have some concerns. She's a lovely old woman, very sweet and very kind, and we would really hope that in some way, you could... Damn it, will you answer the phone? I just cannot believe how much you think about men.
Well, hey, men are an important part of my life. Not just my life, they're an important part of all our lives. Seems like hardly a day goes by here. There's not an incident about some man that we're dating or used to date.
He was a gambler to his dying day. In fact, his last words were, $10 says I don't need this oxygen tank.
Why, Donald, I see by my...
The newsstand.
What are you talking about?
Don't you notice a difference? Can't you see the glow? Can't you see the light radiating off of me?
Sure, it's the porch light glaring off your head.
I thought I heard a man's voice. Oh, it's you, Stan.
I'm so happy you're all here. I have just had an incredible...
Hey, come on! Don't rush me. It's going to take as long as it's going to take.
I don't believe this. There's a man in our bathroom.
Dorothy, relax. Let me handle this. Hello there. Excuse me, sir. Are you married?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm not.
I would make a wonderful witness. I can't tell you how many times I've been badgered by lawyers. Well, I could, but it might sound like boasting. Oh, the stories I could tell you about me. Now, you're not going to believe this, but I shall become a great Southern writer, carrying on the tradition between my perky bosoms.
And I'll never get to buy perky bosoms. But what the hell, nothing else perks on this body.
Hey, maybe we can get the jacket for just a minute and grab the ticket out of it.
I cannot afford any useless permits. Now, if he insists I have to have them, it's going to be on your head, period.
Well, I can't believe she said that. Exclamation point.
Well, who's to say? Question mark. New paragraph. What the hell am I saying? Rose.
Oh, may he rest in peace.
Baby isn't dead. We've decided to send him back to the farm and give up the money.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. We lived with a filthy pig in our house, bought a whole bunch of stuff on credit we can't afford, and now we're going to kiss off $100. Dorothy, have you seen my teeth?
They're in your mouth, Ma.
I know that. Don't they look good today? I ran them through the dishwasher.
This is the best looking outfit you own.
You're right. I still look damn good in this thing.
Well, I don't know about damn good. That particular design does tend to accentuate your behind while simultaneously diminishing your cleavage.
Wait just a minute, Blanche. First you tell me...
Oh, Jerry, how nice of you to stop by.
Why'd you ask me to pick you up at a motel?
They're having a cast party for Beatlemania at our house, and the last time I looked, Ringo was hanging over the toilet singing Help.
Oh, I can understand that. I was in the band in high school. We went crazy at away games. I remember...
Hey, now, Angela, there's something I want to give you. Here. That's a necklace Mama gave you. I know, I want you to have it. It's my way of apologizing for the way I acted.
Oh, Sophia, this is the nicest thing anybody ever gave me.
Don't get all choked.
Think about it.
Oh, it's so sad. When I was 8 years old, I was just worried about the usual childhood things. How much would the tooth fairy leave me? What would I get from Santa? Would I ever be chosen small curd cottage cheese? Especially after they sawed a hole and went salmon fishing in the middle of the local ice skating rink. And then there was the Halloween they gave all the kids whale blubber. And then there was the time they borrowed every ice tray in town to build an addition over their garage.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, boys and girls, happy birthday to you. Welcome to Mr. Ha-Ha's Hot Dog Hacienda! I have lots of fun planned for you.
You couldn't eat, and without eating, you wouldn't be able to go on a diet. And if you couldn't do that, what will you do for the rest of your life? Was I harsh?
Actually, I just got off the phone with Phil's wife. She's back, poor thing.
But poor thing.
She's in a state of shock. She found out she couldn't do any better than Phil. Not exactly a storybook romance, but an ending's an ending, and there you have it.
Oh, we're so glad you decided to stay, honey. Oh, Sophia, when we thought you were leaving, we started talking.
They do send Sophia off.
A what, appeal?
No, a party, a prison party. I made a list of all the men we should invite, and we'll be like the judges. I sentence you to 10 minutes with me on the lanai. See, some can be convicts and some can be guards. What are you looking at? Oh. Oh, my. To pay for it. I certainly haven't.
She's always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Fine. Make jokes. I'd just like to know how you all would feel if you thought you were going to have a test tube for a son-in-law.
Perhaps I should explain privately.
I cannot believe this. I just can't. I give you 4 of the best hours of my life. And this is the thanks I get.
Blanche, my darling, I can explain.
Oh, you have disappointed me, Derek.
Is this the end of the road for us, Pumpkin?
Oh, Miles, can't you see I'm overwhelmed? I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Fine. Let me help make it easy for you. Dump Buzz.
Miles, I know it's asking a lot, but I'm going to need a little time to figure...
Front is the first step back. I think Bertram Russell said that. Or was it Nipsey Russell? I get them confused. They're both so witty.
You're right, Grandma. I'm not fine. He really hurt me. I feel so alone.
Honey, you are not alone. You have your family with you, and your grandma and your...
I believe the nerve of that guy.
What were you doing in Ladies Petite?
Come in. Oh, Dorothy, I'm glad you're home, Nancy.
Girls?
Would you all like to stay here with us? Here? Gee, that didn't even cross my mind. What do you think, Max?
Well, there's no pool.
All right. We'll stay, but only for a couple of days. Get the bags, Pumpkin. He likes to eat breakfast. Rose is in big trouble, that's Dreyfus. It took 2 guys to pry him off the Steinberg's plastic flamingo.
Trip, but I was hoping that you might let me invite you to lunch tomorrow. That is, if you're free.
Oh, that would be wonderful. And if you have time, I'd like to show you around Miami.
I'll pick you up around noon.
Great.
Ladies, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Rose,
Honey, where is he? Where's your doctor?
Dennis is at a seminar. I'll bring him by tomorrow.
I can't find my culottes.
Grandma, you look sensational.
Relax. You're already in the will.
Before anyone does anything,
You appear to be in fine physical shape. Do you have any more questions?
Of course. Do I have it?
Oh, we'll have the results when you come back in 3 days.
3 days? What are you talking about? I expect when I go to a hospital for an AIDS test to find out.
I'm sorry, I wish it was faster, but it takes us that long to be sure.
Meet eligible men at galleries. Why don't you come with me?
Can I come too, Blake?
Oh, sure. I think it's going to be a great show. It's featuring the work of Mr. Jasper de Kimmel. You ever heard of him?
I'm not sure. Has he ever done anything in velvet?
Jasper de Kimmel's art hangs in museums all over the country, but it was hard to tell since he had such a small part. Dorothy, why don't you come with us? You'll have a lot more fun. Besides, that Barbara is so snooty.
Blanche, how can you say that? You hardly know her.
Well, then why doesn't she ever include us in the plans she...
Well, usually I'm one of the ships.
Well, Rose, it's all out in the open now.
I can see that. Holly, I'd like to speak with you in the kitchen, please.
Gosh, I wish I could afford something pretty like this for my potential car buyers, but I'm having those end-of-the-month money problems.
Oh, it must have been one of the guys from work. Yeah, that's it.
I've heard enough.
Please, Dorothy, you'll have the time of your life.
The time of my life? Stan, the last time you said that, it took 12 seconds. And I ended up 3 months pregnant at my own wedding.
Look, I'll level with you.
All right, Uncle Angelo. For the time being, I guess you can use Uncle Morris's old apartment.
Oh, Dorothy, thank you so much. My first apartment in America. Here, I will begin again. Here, I will start a new life.
Victorian. The same way every high school chooses the valedictorian. We drew straws.
And you picked the biggest one?
I don't like to brag. Anyway, the topic of my speech was there's a big world out there, but you have to change buses in Tyler's Lantern. I can't let that happen. I just can't.
Oh, my God. It's worse than I thought. Now, this is more baffling than the Paxton Osgood case. First, Rose had to lie about the money, and now she's hiding some deep, dark secret about Charlie.
Well, Blanche, whatever it is none of our business. Come on, Ma, let's go to bed.
It was a safe that fell on her head. Anyway, Henny Penny, being a chicken, not the brightest bird in the world, immediately jumped to the wrong conclusion. Oh, dear. A piece of blue sky just fell on my head. The were woke up from her sedation. She told them that he said from the grave, we never paid our 78 through 86 income taxes. And his partner said only Gustav would know that he must be alive. So they all raced to the cemetery and the entire beautiful eulogies. And then, just as the minister was getting everybody in a frenzy of grieving, I rushed out and said, yoo-hoo, it's me, Blanche. I'm not really dead. Well, the next thing I knew, my daddy was horsewhipping that riverboat captain and dragging me off to a religious girls' school in Atlanta.
Charlie, what is the farmer's daughter? You are right. That was a different kind of movie. Which brings us to Babes for 100.
Babes it is. The answer, Old Yeller, the China Syndrome, Truth or Dare. Charlie,
What'd he say?
He said that since Emily's parents left her in our care, we do have two options. We can either wait for the Children's Protective Services to contact us, which should take about 48 hours, or we can take her in.
Take her in? Where?
Around the inseam, Rose. To the police!
Next time, my heart's still beating.
Oh, I'm sorry, we thought you were Mario.
You'll have to scream louder than that if you're going to kill him.
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Oh, Ma.
I can turn right around and spit in your face.
I'm sorry, Ma.
Few months, huh? That should give me enough time to finish the scarf.
I just had an idea. Little Slice of Sicily's a family restaurant, and a mother-daughter commercial would be great. How'd you like to be in it?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to check my schedule. You see, I'm a substitute teacher.
Please, so someone else sets up the driver's ed cones.
All right, Ma.
Back for Louis the Ice Pick.
Ma, you said Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah, right. I slept with Charles de Gaulle. I could have been the first lady of France, but I married your father instead. A man who cleaned his toenails with a shrimp fork. And I said,
Could we just get back to moving the furniture?
Well, the weather's cleared up. I really think we should save a big project like this for a rainy day.
Now, we agreed we weren't going to waste time. That'd be a big mistake, something we'd regret for the rest of our lives.
Rose, we're eating pizza, not getting tattooed.
Good night.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, Blanche, what if she dies?
She's a tough lady, Dorothy. If anyone's a survivor, she is.
If she dies, I'll be an orphan. Can you believe it? I'm over 50 years old and I'll still feel like an orphan.
I know.
Ma's right.
Well, it wasn't there a minute ago. I swear it. How can it be gone 1 minute and back the next?
I think I know. Ma, why are you carrying that phone book?
Isn't as nice as they seem?
Of course we will.
Will you believe me when I tell you about how our pig Lester always predicted the Best Supporting Actor Oscar winner every year since
Don't push it, Rose.
Okay, I forgive you.
oh, there he is. I've been looking all over for that dog. Harry Weston just pulled.
And high heels. Well, at any rate, I spoke out. And because I did, a lot of other women didn't have to go through the same thing.
You know, Dorothy, you're right. I have made up my mind I'm going to see the dean about Professor Cooper.
Very wise decision.
Mills, I'll get the baby's things.
Come on, it's 6:30. We're already 5 minutes behind schedule. Rose, before you bring in the sauce, tell us what ingredient you added.
Well, I don't want to spoil the surprise. I'll give you a hint. They're sugary and they're great. Oh, much as I love you, little guy, we've got to do what's best for you. I wish I knew what to say to make leaving easier. You know, I used to have a little dog just like you back in St. Olaf.
She said St. Olaf, Bingo. I told you that's the attack command.
Oh, Rose, I wish I knew what to say to make you feel better.
Say I'm okay.
You know, we always tend to think the worst, so that when the news does finally come, it's never as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Well,
the good news.
Oh, my goodness, I haven't been hugged so much since VE Day, which was a kind of tricky because, as you know, we lost.
Angelo, you're even handsomer than you were your last visit.
Thank you. I've been plucking, eh? See, I got 2 eyebrows now.
I am too smart for you. I am not falling for any more of your practical jokes. Rose, honey, are you awake?
I don't know.
Oh, that's good enough. I need to talk to someone. Rose, it's been a terrible night. Ted turned out to be as big a jerk as...
You have every right to be angry.
I just don't understand how you could do such a thing.
It wasn't anything planned.
The whole thing just kind of happened.
Oh, just kind of happened? Michael, dandruff just kind of happens. Not a thing like this, and if you don't know the difference, then I must have failed somewhere along the line.
Will you stop torturing yourself? None of this is your fault.
Yet...
Well, what are you doing here? Blanche, I came here for more than just the music box. It was wonderful to see you after all these years. You are still my little dumpling.
That's all very sweet, but you're not getting the music box. And now, if you will please excuse me. I think he's been very unfair. We really ought to all stop going, and he'd have no sculpture.
It would serve him right.
Yes, it would. Well, all right then, girls. Let's make a pact. None of us will go back. And we'll seal it by both of you giving me your keys, and I'll keep all three of them safe in my hope chest.
Yeah, and how do we know that you and your hope chest won't? And teenagers. It's really so discouraging. Parents don't talk to their kids about sex. I mean, this is so important. You think they could get past their embarrassment.
Thank God I was one of those progressive parents.
I was amazed at how you use those technical terms. You told me never to let a boy touch me, you know where. Come on, Ma, you expect me to believe that? Promise me you won't drive. Now remember, girls, as far as anybody else here is concerned, Jasper DeKimmel is in perfect health.
Right. I'm surprised Jasper's not here tonight. He never misses one of these auctions.
Well, it's not because he's dying.
I think it's right for a girl to sleep with a man on their first date.
It's a sin.
See, Sophia agrees with me.
All I said was it's a sin. Personally, I'd go back to eating fish on Friday if His Holiness gave that one the green light. We're out of milk.
I knew for sure that he wanted me. I'd always known that there'd been something between us. Sometimes from the pulpit, he'd be talking about sin. He'd look straight at me. We couldn't do anything about it because he was...
My name is Dorothy Zbornak, and that's spelled just the way it sounds.
You're dying. Ask us where we're from.
That's my mother, the incredible shrinking woman. She's sitting there with the two other women that I live with. You know, at our ages, the four of us live...
Her life, baking, sewing, gardening, tending the animals.
Ooh, my favorite things.
Okay, let's get the show on the road.
Rose, you sure you don't want to come and just watch?
Come on, Rose. You'll sit and watch my dentures eat corn on the cob. It's a lot of laughs.
No, I don't want to kill him.
He's your uncle, but you have to realize that we're both adults and capable of a caring, warm relationship.
How was the sex?
So good we named it!
Be proud of me. You just wait. Only I can't stop tonight.
Why not?
Because tonight is the anniversary of the death of my beloved cat, Fluffy.
Rose, you have never had cats. You're allergic.
Okay, it's the anniversary of the death of my...
You know what you said about not trusting people made all the sense in the world. I should go tell Joey the same thing.
Honey, it may not be the same thing. Joey didn't lie to you. He told you the truth.
I guess.
Sounds to me like you two just had a little misunderstanding. Not 5 years of deliberate betrayal of trust!
I could have slept with JFK and don't even know it.
Ma, I don't think so. You're not mentioned in any of the books.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Ma, come. I wonder where she is. She's almost 2 hours late.
Oh, they probably had traffic. I bet she slept with him.
I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't.
Well, I sure couldn't be with a man I liked and abstain.
You know, I abstained after Stan and I split up. But it wasn't a...
Get a cold beer.
No, she has no time to cook. She works all day.
Welding.
My son married a welder. Too bad she didn't weld his zipper shut. They got 10 kids they can't have. Grab that.
You're the only one who can help me. After you've had some time, maybe I could call you. I'm sorry about all this. Really.
Let's go, Rose. Everyone's waiting for you.
I don't think I can go through with this.
What's the matter, honey? You and Jonathan have a fight?
No, it's just that I think marrying Jonathan might be a mistake. He is a lot shorter than I am.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Me neither. How could you miss it? Everyone notices, right? Send the word to beware. We're coming.
How's Blanche?
She's fine. She'll be up and back on her back in no time.
Sophia,
Wonderful things have you got planned for tonight?
Nothing. I was going to cancel, but my therapist wouldn't let me.
Perhaps if we spoke to him together.
I'm sorry, I'm still not really recovered. You see, after 25 years of marriage, my wife Roberta sent me a Dear John letter.
that's terrible, married 20...
way it'll work in the future, when my video camera gets back from the shop.
So tell me, what type of work is it that you need done, Mr.
Toto.
Mr. Toto?
Oh, no, Mr. Just Toto. You're Dorothy, and I'm Toto. At least for the next...
Fall back, but your chest does too. Unfortunately, it falls back and off to the side.
Well, it's too late to do anything until morning. We might as well get some sleep.
I can't sleep. I'm wound up tighter than the girdle on the back of the feed store.
Worse! I fed BBs to my prize lamb Harlan so he'd weigh in heavier at the county fair.
Oh, my God, Rose, how do you sleep at night?
I knew it was wrong all along, but I wanted to win first prize. And I would have... I have to say what I feel.
Miami has so much appeal.
A great place to get a seafood meal.
Miami.
And you achieve a perfect fit. Come on, old woman, we need shoes now.
Opened up to me this way and poured out such crap.
Didn't buy any of it, huh?
Not true. I believe you're scared. You know, you've just discovered something most of us have known for years. That life doesn't always turn out exactly the way you like.
So, what did you think of the apartment?
Too many old people. All those hearing aids interfere with the cable TV. You want to like...
Hello? Oh, just a minute. Blanche, it's for you. It's Charmaine again.
Okay.
Blanche, don't you think you should talk to her? She's still...
We have so little time. While we're here together, we must cherish each and every moment. Now, this plate represents the old me. I feel...
Told me that Jackie makes you look like a chicken.
I know, but with your nose, you could pull it off.
Girls, you'll never believe what happened. I got a response from my personal ad.
You're kidding.
Great.
And it's just the sweetest letter. He apologizes for waiting so long to respond. He says he's...
Of course, that's why I'm upset.
I know just how you feel. It's hard losing your best buddy.
You're telling me. Good morning, Sophia. Rose, honey, you don't have time to eat. As my campaign manager, it is your duty to spend every waking hour ensuring my victory, so that once in office, I can implement the changes needed to move.
But what happens when there's only one of us left?
Don't worry, I can take care of myself.
Easy, easy. Ma, that's my best china. You got it for me when I got married. You remember?
It was a good idea. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but in a couple of weeks, someone in this room is going to know how to yodel.
A nectarine.
That's so sad.
Not sad. Life. Sad is when you have to mash the nectarine with a fork.
It's a shame. Sophia has nothing constructive to do anymore. She needs something to make her feel. Wolf wasn't there.
Boy, nothing gets by you people.
Damn straight, it was a bear. A huge, ferocious grizzly bear.
What happened to the boy?
He became known as the...
We could keep her till Monday.
Oh, I'm not from Child Services. I'm Emily's father.
Well, how do I know that?
Well, I can see the family resemblance. Neither one of them can tell time. Where the hell have you been? You dropped this child off yesterday. You don't show up until today, and you didn't call. I mean, this is not a dry cleaner's.
I did call last night. I spoke...
How much do you think these meals will cost?
Well, that depends. You want something simple or fancy?
We want something cheap.
I admire your honesty.
I admire your chest. I mean, exactly what kind of meal are we talking about?
Throw you out on the street. I said I was sorry.
Oh, I feel just terrible. My eyes are all puffy, my nose is red, my glands are swollen. Isn't it amazing how I can feel so bad and still look so good?
I can't believe it. Finny Batak.
Where's Blanche going?
She went to powder her nose.
At the dessert table?
Well, the powder sticks better if you put a thin layer of caramel first.
Now, I know it's a big responsibility to take care of one, but I bought a boxer.
You spent $3,000 for a dog.
He's no dog, he's a winner. Come on in, Pepe.
Wait a minute, Ma, you bought a prize fighter?
It's a once-in-a-life...
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Dorothy, meet my director, Cy Ferber. Cy, my daughter, Dorothy.
Daughter? You're kidding.
Cy, I assure you, I won't be flattered if you say you thought she was my sister.
No.
Left the old country 2 years ago and settled in St. Olaf. And then he sent for the rest of his family. First he brought his father over. We call him Big Sven, too.
Well, doesn't that get confusing, having two Big Svens?
There aren't, Blanche. There's Big Sven and Big Sven, too. Like Jaws and Jaws, too.
Blanche, what is all that stuff?
Just my natural beauty supplements. This is my apricot facial scrub and my honey skin toner and my coconut moisturizer.
If I put cracked ice and an umbrella on your head, you'd be a Mai Tai.
You see my teddy bear, Fernando? He's missing. I've had him since I was 6 years old. I have to find him. I just have to.
Calm down now, honey. It's just a toy.
Fernando is not just a toy. He's a family heirloom. I've had him as long as I can remember. I don't know what I'd do without him.
Rose, now don't panic. Look, we'll find...
Well, it says here on my birthday list that Bobby is 7, Jeannie is 9, and Dorothy is...
I'll punch your heart out,
Dorothy is the oldest! And as the oldest, you've get to lead the birth.
So I just got seats for Dorothy and Blanche and me.
Oh, well, honey, don't worry. You can have my ticket.
Oh, no, Dorothy, that wouldn't be fair. No, the three of you should go. I mean, we can meet for coffee afterwards.
Oh, great.
She's doing it again. First it was Antonio's, then it was your father's on the phone.
Ma, Pop's been dead for 15 years.
Oh, you're right. I'm getting old. I meant, what's for dinner? Mail call. Rose. Dorothy.
Thank
Here
you.
you go, Sophia. Oh.
Look, I'm mad enough at myself as it is. I mean, Stanley Zbornak made me weak in the knees. What, you think I'm proud of that?
Who made the first move?
I guess I did. It was dark and Stan stopped the car. I swear to you, I thought I was setting the parking brake.
Richard. You know I am very, very fond of you. But I think we have a problem.
A problem? Let's look at it.
But when you first proposed to me, the thing that scared me the most was the idea of being a mother again.
Is that you didn't have the guts to tell me that you're sleeping with my husband.
Well, gee, I would have. But I didn't know myself until about an hour ago. I'll never understand what Jean doesn't see in the opposite sex, but hey, if that's what makes her happy, that's fine by me.
There's one other thing.
Jean thinks she's in love with Rose. Rose? Jean has the hots for Rose? I don't believe it. I do not believe
Der Fluven, Hooven, Meister, Garben, Gerben, Fleckman.
That's the louse.
So, what do you say, babe? Partners?
Goodbye, Stan.
Okay, I get the message. I guess I'm just not a person you want in your life. It's I want, and it scares me. I keep waiting for a knock at the door. Hi, it's me, failure. And I'm scared to face it alone. What I'm trying to say is, I need your help, Dorothy, like I did when we were together. So, what do you think?